So this whole year, I've pretty much committed to just like living out of my comfort zone. I pretty much just threw everything out the window and decided that no matter what, I'm just going to get out of my comfort zone. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to make a fool of myself. I'm going to learn and I'm going to grow in a lot of areas. I'm going to see if it's worth it. And I'm going to commit to a year of it. And we're going to see what happens. I'm going to get over myself. I'm not going to be so worried about what people think about me. I want you to do the same thing. But that all leads me to a story that I want to share with you today that has required me to once again come up out of my comfort zone and to just push me beyond what I'm capable, maybe even of doing. But more than that, it's just out of the realm of what I'm used to doing. So that's why I want to share this story with you today. So anyway, so like sometime early last year, um, something just sparked in my mind that I have no idea why it even came up. But anyway, we've got some people in our lives that are, so we are blessed with some very good people in our lives. We've got some great families surrounded by our family, and we're so appreciative of those people because they come and they support what our children are doing. They're always involved, and these families would just pretty much drop anything that they had going on to come help us if we needed it. And so anyway, so we've got all these families around us, but they don't necessarily know each other. They're just all kind of blended in through our family. And there's these two individuals that, for whatever reason, didn't have anybody. And they're younger kids, and I say younger, they're in their 20s, but they're people that are they're both really really good individuals, and they didn't have anybody. For whatever reason, one day, I don't know what, but it just sparked my mind that, hey, these two would be good for each other. So I'm telling my wife about it, and long story short, we end up getting that connection made for them, and they end up, some short time later, things are really working out for them. So they've decided to get married. And here's what really got, here's what continues to push me, and things that I would have never done before have pushed me into getting out of my comfort zone, is that they have asked me to officiate their wedding. The first thing I said to them is, guys, you do not want me to do something like that. That is a very critical moment in your lives, and that is a very, very special moment for those two individuals. And I told them, I was like, man, I just don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. But here's what I can tell you about those two. They're not looking for perfection. They want people that matter to them involved in that ceremony. And I mean, what else could we ask for? It's so great. And it requires me to do things that I've never done before. And I'll probably spend more time preparing for that than I have on many other things that I really have done in the past. But it's because I don't want to mess it up. And they're not looking for perfection, but that's just who I am. It's way out of my comfort zone, but I said I would do it because that's what I'm committing this year to. No matter what, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to do some things that I don't like to do. I'm going to stand in front of people that I don't necessarily feel comfortable in front of, and I'm going to do some things that I would never have done in my past in order to try to create something more with my life while I'm here. So the reason I share that story with you really is just because I want you to kind of change your mindset and quit worrying about everything. Quit worrying so much about what people think about you, and do what you feel like is best for your life and for those people around you. And let go of trying to be a perfectionist. I am the world's worst about that. But at the end of the day, we're never going to be perfect. And if we don't get started somewhere, I can guarantee you that it's not ever going to get any better. We will never even pursue perfection if we don't at least step out there and try something new. It could be It could literally be the thing that makes the difference and helps you find success beyond what you ever could imagine. It could be something that last year you would have never dreamed of doing. And if you're open to something like that this year, that would be something like in my situation where I'm going to officiate a wedding, and that has put me into a position that I've never been in before. And it's required me to think about that and to study about that and to come up with everything that needs to be said and needs to be done and make sure it's done correctly. And that's what I'm asking of you. Take that challenge, put yourself out there. Stop worrying about what everybody thinks about you. Make a fool of yourself and enjoy it. Keep moving. Don't give up, and I promise you'll get better. It's what makes the difference in it's what makes the difference in getting yourself to do something different. You have to get out of your comfort zone. If you don't like where you're at, then you got to move. You've got to get something going that pushes you and makes you go beyond what you would have desired to even do at some point. That's never been anything I wanted to do. I've never enjoyed being in front of people. But I'm choosing to do that because I think that's what's best for my life. And I think that's what's best for the people around me. And that's what I want for you too. And that's why we do what we do. That's why I'm making these videos, is because I'm trying to help you get yourself into a better situation. It is possible. I can guarantee you it's possible. Each one of us can do much better than we're doing right now. We can do much more than we're doing right now. And that's not going to change. We'll always be in that situation. So we've got to choose to get out of our comfort zone and choose to keep moving, keep living, and let's keep living right.